What is up, everybody? We are back, as opposed to just me this time. We are back for our week 3 picks. After a better week 2 than it was in week 1, Brett.
Better.
I mean, we went positive.
That's something.
Because, we started off 3-13 and 4-12, and now we are 13-19, and you are 15-17, which means I got 10 right this week. You got 11 right this week.
I'm still kind of reeling from that week 1, though.
Yeah, that week 1 hurt.
That week 1 hurt a lot.
Hurt. But we're hopeful that we'll do even better this week, and maybe we'll find ourselves in the positives on the season so far. Maybe.
Anything's possible.
It's more likely for you because you're a little bit closer. But I'll tell you this. If we have another week like week 1, I'm not keeping track anymore.
It's gonna hurt too much.
It'll hurt too much. We're just gonna make picks and that's it.
Mm.
But with that
Speaking
being
of
said,
making picks,
speaking of making picks, we are here to do that. Just so everyone is aware, we are making these picks on Wednesday morning. I had to think about what day it was. I was a little flabbergasted on the day of the week for me. It's Wednesday morning in the East Coast. So that is when these lines were made, just so everyone is aware. So let's go ahead and start with the Thursday night game. Pittsburgh heading to Cleveland. Cleveland minus 4.5. I'm taking Cleveland. I don't have much to say about this game. I think we got two teams that are, and I think that Cleveland's just a little more than, and that's really all I got.
Yeah, I can't say much more to that.
So we'll move on. Buffalo at Miami. Miami +6. +6 looking mighty pretty, but not pretty enough for me to take them. I'm taking Buffalo, who's just been throttling everyone in their wake. Is that +6
Miami
pretty enough for you?
Is one of the teams. No, they're one of the teams that I've thought if someone's gonna beat Buffalo, they've been making a case.
A good enough case
I just
for you
don't
to take
think it's
them?
their day.
Okay.
I don't think it's their day.
Right.
No.
So you taking Buffalo as well?
All
right. We'll move on. Cincinnati at the New York Jets, which is actually in New Jersey, in case anyone was curious. It bothers the hell out of me, but whatever.
So do you think this is the game Cincinnati, stopped acting like whatever it is they're acting? I don't know what's going on.
I don't either, but I'm taking Cincinnati,
what's happening?
And if they don't win this game, I don't know.
I might not take them again.
I'm not taking them again. So I said this when I was deciding for Buffalo. I'm not picking against Buffalo until they lose a spread. If Cincinnati loses this game, I'm not picking Cincinnati until they win a spread. That's just...
I get it.
I'm taking Cincy this week, but if they fail me here, I'm not picking them again until they win.
This should be a nice...
Easy get your shit together game.
This isn't... Yeah, this should be a get your shit together game. Yeah. Figure it out, get on the roll.
Yeah.
Speaking of a team that needs to get their shit together, teams that need to get their shit together.
Both, plural.
Raiders and the Titans.
Titans getting 2. I don't think 2's enough. I think that the Raiders are the better team. It's really hard to tell right now. But so far, Tennessee has lost to the Giants and then got throttled by Buffalo, which that's not fair. But they lost to the Giants, and that is fair. And so, the Raiders have lost 2 games, but they lost 2 games against playoff caliber teams. So I got to take the Raiders here.
And they weren't completely destroyed
in either of those games. Right. One went to overtime and one was a 5-point game.
it's just a matter of them cleaning up a few mistakes,
Yep.
and they start taking home some dubs. So I'm going with the Raiders.
Yeah, agreed.
Saints Panthers.
So this one a little bit more up in the air.
Hmm.
I'm thinking New Orleans. I think that looking at what New Orleans has done so far, um, they're 1-1. They won in their first week. They just lost, but it was to Tampa, so let's not act like they're not losing to a team that a lot of people think might be in the Super Bowl. Whereas
Right.
Carolina, which Baker Mayfield I was really hoping for this year, has so far lost in a nail biter to Cleveland and then just lost to the Giants. I see why they're getting the 2.5 points. I would be inclined to take Carolina if it was 3.5 because I think this could come down to a field goal. But with it being less than a field goal's worth of points, I'm going to take New Orleans.
Mine's more so just kind of gut. I feel like this looks like, in my mind, just envisioning how football goes. This seems like the game. Carolina starts getting the ball rolling a little bit. They got some chemistry going. McCaffrey is able to get churning. He's a beast. This might be that game that kind of comes together for them, and they start to click as a team. So I'm going Panthers.
Okay. Up next, we got Baltimore heading to New England. New England getting +3. I'm taking Baltimore. There's no question on this for me.
Also taking Baltimore.
Okay. Like, there's no question to me that Baltimore is the better team here. Lamar, they may have lost this past week to Miami, but that was of no fault of Lamar's. Lamar is on a potential MVP pace. So I will take Baltimore to throttle New England, which means New England will win this game somehow. But
now it comes to two of my rivals. Which one's gonna lose?
Detroit at Minnesota. Minnesota -6. I'm surprised that Detroit is getting 6 here. I mean, they're both 1-1.
I think it's an overreaction to 6. To be honest, I think that's what it is.
Six,
The Vikings played so bad their last game. It's one of those overreaction, instant, like, oh, they just suck now.
But no.
I feel like it's an overreaction.
The Lions are getting 6.
Oh, my bad. I see red, and I think the opposite.
That's why, like the red is to say they're losing 6 points.
Okay.
That's why I don't understand why Minnesota is a 6-point favorite.
I could see a 3-point favorite.
I could see a 3, maybe, just because we think Minnesota's the better team. A 6-point favorite feels like a lot, and Detroit loves to keep games close. So Detroit might not win this game. I think they could win it outright, but I take Detroit with the spread getting 6 points.
Yeah, I have to take Detroit for that as well.
Now we'll move on to two of my division rivals. Philadelphia at the Washington Commanders, because we all love that fucking name.
Eagles.
Yeah, agreed.
All the way.
Agreed.
I'm loving this Eagles team. Mainly, I'm loving Hurts.
I'm not.
Is it because they're in your division?
Because they're making me nervous.
Yeah, they should
be. They are.
They looking like a team.
Yeah, they are.
They looking like some dogs, bro. Like they're looking like some dogs.
Like, this is not the time for Dak Prescott to be hurt. But we'll get to that.
I was telling you earlier, I was watching this game on the sidewalk, and the entire time I'm just like, Jalen Hurts is him.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is him. Yeah. I'm just losing my shit.
Yeah, I don't think there's much to discuss here. I think that Hurts is the better quarterback versus Wentz. Although, revenge game. Maybe Wentz wants to pop off against the team that let him go.
On to a less up for grabs game. I definitely have KC in this next one.
Oh, yeah. KC at Indy,
hands down.
it could be plus.
Hands down.
It could be plus 14. I would still think I'd take KC.
Probably. Yep.
They're just better.
We can move on from that one.
Yeah. All right. Now this one's a little tough. Houston at Chicago. Houston getting 3, so Chicago hometown favorites. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Houston is trying to prove that they're worth something. But Justin Fields, man, he's just, I love him. I fucking love Fields. And because of that, I'm going to take Chicago here. I don't feel the best about it. I kind of feel like this is one of those games that's up in the air, but I'm going to take Chicago.
Yeah, so this last game, Fields was not the reason they lost this game, but I do believe he's going to be the reason they win this game.
Agreed. All right, we'll move on. An interesting one. Jacksonville heading to the Chargers, getting 7. Now, let's keep in mind, Jacksonville just came off of a throttle against the Colts, 24-0. First shutout of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And the Chargers are coming off of a loss to Kansas City, and Justin Herbert has a fracture in his rib cartilage. So he's going to be hurting. If he plays, we don't even know yet. I assume he'll play, but he's going to be hurting. Plus 7 for Jacksonville just feels like a lot. I think I got the Chargers winning this game, but I think with the spread, I'm going to take Jacksonville.
I'm definitely taking Jacksonville with the spread, but with the potential for the Chargers quarterback Herbert not playing, that's a deep impact, and Jacksonville has not been playing bad this year.
You're not wrong. I mean, I would just like to point out
they might take this.
Jacksonville, the only team in their division that's got to win.
It's true.
Like Jacksonville, if the season ended today, they'd be in the playoffs. Let's move on to the other LA team. But can't have both teams playing in the same stadium because I didn't know this, but the Chargers also play at SoFi. I didn't know that. They share a stadium. Every commercial I see for SoFi is about the Rams. But
I also didn't know that.
I didn't. But the Rams are heading to the Cardinals. The Cardinals are getting 3.5. That's not enough. I'm taking the Rams.
No, they had a great comeback win recently, but I mean, the beta for Call of Duty's out. Might see some.
Murray ain't gonna be paying attention.
Murray might not be watching film.
Not gonna be watching film. He be out there slaying them in COD. All right.
I think it'll be close for the most part, but I think LA takes it.
Yeah, I do too.
And for Green Bay, my boys versus Tom Brady and the Bucks.
The Mike Evanless Bucks.
The Mike Evanless Bucks.
After only a 1-game suspension.
Oh, weird, right? That's weird.
I was expecting 2 or 4.
That's weird. One game?
1 game? 1 game? At that point, why don't we just fine them?
One? Yeah.
1 game?
Like, what's the point?
1 game? That's it?
What's the point of the 1-game suspension?
Like 2 or 4.
Regardless.
But they did just sign Cole Beasley.
They did.
Which, he a little tank.
So, obviously, I'm biased, but I think Green Bay is going to be starting their role. And I think overcoming the Bucks is just going to be another step in that.
Well, Green Bay's got to find their way to 13 wins somehow because that's their...
They do. That's
their place.
That's what they do.
That's their place in life.
They get 13 wins.
Yeah.
So this is just going to be one of those wins.
No, I'm inclined to agree. Could it go the other way? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
This could be a bad game for Green Bay, but I don't think it will be. I'm going to take Green Bay, especially getting points. But who knows? It could go either way. It's not like Green Bay's got a long list of receivers that are of that caliber. So we'll see.
Hey man, that anybody can shine
It's true.
at any point.
It's true, especially when you got somebody like Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady throwing to you. So we'll see. Up next, we went from 2 Super Bowl caliber teams to 2 shit bowl caliber teams. The Atlanta Falcons at the Seattle Seahawks -2.
I'm going with the Seahawks. I don't really have much to say to it. I'm just going with the Seahawks. I think they're the better put together team.
So when I was
That's
making
not
my
saying
pick,
much.
Yeah, no. When I was making my pick, I was trying to figure out what the score would be at halftime, because that would influence my pick. If the score was close, if the score was close, I'd be inclined to take Seattle. But if Atlanta was winning by more than 18 at halftime, I'm definitely taking Seattle. Because it's Atlanta.
Falcons can't hold a lead.
So now we'll take the Seahawks. Yeah, no, I mean, I just think that they're the slightly more put together team. That's not saying much, but it's saying enough.
And sad news coming out of San Francisco.
You ain't kidding. Trey Lance, season-ending ankle surgery. But
It's tough.
good news for them, they kept Jimmy G.
Yeah. Jimmy G's getting his team back, which this has got to be awkward for somebody. It's got to be so awkward.
Yeah.
But, I mean, we haven't seen a lot, but from what we have seen, San Francisco is better with Jimmy G.
Yeah. No, I mean, you're not wrong. It's tough. I'm gonna lean towards San Fran though.
I'm gonna do the same.
But I can see us being wrong about this one.
I think the Broncos have a lot to figure
out. But we'll move on. That's also the Sunday night game. No, it's not. No, it's not. Hold on. I think that Monday is a doubleheader. Let me check. I don't want to be wrong about that. That's just how I have it lined up right here, which would make me think it's the Sunday night game. But I think that actually it's just a game on Monday. No, not a doubleheader. That is the Sunday night game. San Fran at Broncos. That's a weird Sunday night game to me. But yeah, we'll take San Fran. Move on. Monday night game. Monday Night Football. Prime time television. The Dallas Cowboys head to the New York Giants. Dallas getting 2.5 off of their big win at against the AFC champions. But not to be scoffed at, the Giants 2-0, after beating Tennessee and Carolina. Dallas starts the season against, Super Bowl contenders, and the Giants start the season against not Super Bowl contenders, but hey, whatever. I like Dallas here. New York is playing better than I thought, but they're playing better than I thought against bad teams. And neither of those teams have anything on Dallas's defense. And I think Daniel Jones is going to get lit up.
Honestly, that's the big factor. It's Dallas' defense. In terms of the offense, it's hard for me to pull for you guys without Dak Prescott.
I will say Cooper Rush.
I mean, you guys got it done.
Cooper Rush 2-0 as a starter.
It's true.
Cooper Rush has never lost a game he started in.
Going with Dallas, I think that defense is going to be too much to overcome. Although, if the Giants do overcome it, I think there's some legitimacy to this offense if they can overcome this Dallas D.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. So I think that they have a good chance of it. I think that Dallas, and I've been looking at it, and I think Dallas winning against Cincinnati was huge for their mental capacity, because now they're looking at their stretch and it's a little bit better while they wait for Dak to get back, and I think that's going to motivate them towards a win here as well. So
yeah, very likely.
Real quick, before we call it, I want to say something I did not discuss last week because I did not have my wonderful co-picker here. But you, motherfucker, you. Yeah, you.
Me.
Yeah, you. Something that I didn't discuss that I wanted to bring up briefly. In week 1, the New Orleans Saints defeated the Atlanta Falcons. And I know you're all wondering, Daniel, why is that a big deal? Well, the reason that's a big deal is because that puts them on track to do something never done before. And that is to complete the Bird Gauntlet. Now, I know you're going, Daniel, what the fuck's the Bird Gauntlet? This is a real thing, people. This is a thing people talk about. And I needed to bring it up. The Bird Gauntlet is defeating every bird-themed team in the same year. It's never been done, but New Orleans this year will play the Ravens, the Eagles, the Cardinals, the Falcons, which they've already defeated, and the Seahawks. All of them. And if they can defeat all 5 of them, they will have been the first team in history to complete the Bird Gauntlet. And that's a big deal to some people.
Bro, if they do this, someone has to get a Thanos Infinity
Which is their fucking logos.
With all the logos.
And then the Saints logo in the middle. But I know it's not something anybody really would think about, but apparently a lot of people really care about this being a big deal. And they beat the Falcons. So now we have to wait until week 5, I think, is when they play the Seahawks. That'll be their next step. So when week 5 gets here, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see. We're going to see if they can keep it up. But I just want to say, New Orleans, I'm rooting for you. You're not going to make the Super Bowl, but maybe you'll do something even greater.
All right, well,
except
maybe
there's no
snap their way to a gauntlet.
Except there's no earth you beat Baltimore, but we'll get there.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. We've been Beyond Us. These are our picks for week 2 of the NFL.
No.
Let us know your picks.
No. Week 3.
Is it week 3?
It's week
Wait,
3.
we're on week 3.
You don't know how to count.
That's because I wasn't here last time.
This man
did it without me.
This man didn't show up and then forgot that number existed. This man was like, I wasn't here, so it wasn't real.
As far as I'm concerned, this is week 2. This is the second video I'm a part of. This is video 2.
That means that all his picks are wrong, right? He got a fat 0.
Is that how that works?
That's like a person walking in to take a math test and they fucking actually have a science test. That's not how this works. We'll go apply all your picks this week to last week.
Anyways, put your picks down for week 3.
Yep, drop them in the comments.
Let us know your thoughts. Let us know if you think that we are sleeping on a certain team.
Yeah, or
honestly, I would love to hear that.
Or if we're overhyping a team like a Baltimore or a Buffalo. But yeah, let us know if you think we're sleeping on somebody. Hell, you know what? You know what I really want to see? I want to see everybody's early picks for who wins each division. We've got enough data now.
He just wants to see you guys be wrong. That's what he wants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see it on
Don't worry, we wrong too. More than we right. Don't worry. In 6 weeks, when we got to go through our fucking halfway through the season, let's look at what we said at the start of the season picks. Whoo, that's gonna be rough. But that'll do it for us, guys. We will see you in week 4. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time.
Adios.